It's Wednesday night. The chat room's buzzing. It must be escfantv MGP Norway final review. That's where the crowd cheers. Woo! Hey, there we go. We need to work on this audience participation lot, guys. So, it has been 6 weeks, but finally we are at the end of the road. Norway have 10 songs going forward to their final on Saturday night. We're going to be taking a look at all 10 of them. We're going to be looking at the running order, and we're also going to see what the panel thinks is up for the win. And also, we want to know what you think as well. Okay, don't forget, whilst you're there commenting, if there's a moment where you just zone out, okay, sometimes, the panelist talks too long, just hit the like and subscribe button instead. Easy, very easy. Okay, and you can be kept up to date with it all. I can see already we have Martin, David, Amit, Karen's, I think I saw Elliot in there somewhere as well. Loads of people in the chat room. It's great to see you all. And we're going to give you a quick wave as well, because we love you being here. Hey! Right. Okay, let's get down to business. Obviously, we had our final 2 acts presented on Saturday with Elisa Vasileva getting through with I Am Gay. And we also had the presentation of the final act, which was Tony Damley's Hurt Sometimes. So we now have a running order. I think it looks quite interesting. And you can see there, Raylee, first song to get selected through, is going through first. They're going to close with I Am Gay. One thing, and I'm going to get the humour straight out the way, just in case people haven't noticed, there's lovely little couplets of songs there. So if we take song 5 and song 6, Pray For Me, One Last Time, Hurt Sometimes, Take My Time, and then finally we're going to close with Attention, I Am Gay. Well, what else is new? So let's move on. The first song we're going to take a quick look at is Rayleigh's song. It's called Wild. Now, she beat, admittedly, it was a song I liked, so it was never going to get through. She beat Lisa Barun's Talking About Us to get through to the final. Let's have a quick listen and see what the panel think. Okay. Oh, Nicholas is bopping away there. Good opener, do we reckon, Nicholas?
Oh yes, definitely. I think this is a great, and I think there was no other song that could have been a better opener. I forget what I said all the way back when we reviewed this. It's been a while. We've been here for a long time. Yeah, I think it's a nice song. It's not my personal winner. I don't necessarily want this to win because I think this is very much like one of those Fuego replay kind of songs, but I think it's more of a replay than a Fuego, and I just don't think it would do amazingly at the Eurovision final. But it's a fun song. I'm glad it's opening, and I'm sure it'll get people up and dancing in the arena having fun.
Hey. Now, also joining us this evening, because I may have forgotten to introduce the panel, to me, is Gustav. Good evening, Gustav.
Yay! Hello, everyone.
Is Rayleigh's song a winner for you?
It's not, but I like it now. I didn't like it at the start. So, I mean, it's been a progress. That's something, right?
And I see it's... well, you've grown to love it, and I'm sure the writers are very, very appreciative of that. It's written by Andrea Stone, Andrew Elof, and Laurel Barker.
Oh God!
A favorite songwriter of yours, Gustav?
Let's be honest. She's kind of rude, but that was just maybe to me when she stepped on my foot. And didn't apologize. So I don't want to start any rumors, but she stepped on my foot and she didn't apologize. So yeah.
Oh, well, you never know if Rayleigh gets through. Okay, we could be seeing lots of Laurel Barker, and therefore Laurel Barker may apologise to you. And I hope, Elliot, you are writing down all these Laurel Barkers I'm saying just to boost me up.
Oh, he hates you now. He hates you now.
Doomy Vision said, have I been on the sherry already? No, but I dosed myself up on sugar before I came on. Now, also joining us this evening And packed already for Trondheim is the lovely Joe.
Hello, everyone. Yes, Elliot, I am packed. And I'm going to add Laurel Barker in as well. Just because I fancy doing it. Yeah, and I hope I might meet her. You never know. Oh, dear.
But are you like it? Do you think it's going to be a good opener?
I do. I mean, come on, we're all going to be, in the arena. She's going to come on. Everyone's going to be screaming and dancing, and then everyone's going to go, "Oh, that was amazing!" And then it's going to go on from there. So yeah, that's going to be me. So yeah, I can't wait.
Now, also joining us this evening, we've got the lovely Morten from Eurovision Norway.
Hi guys.
Subscribe as well. It's great to see you, Morten. You looking forward to seeing Raylee perform again on Saturday night?
Yeah, absolutely. I have been waiting for this since she participated in the first semi-final, and you cannot go wrong with a wild Laurel Barker as an opener in Melodi Grand Prix. Like, what else do you expect? I absolutely love the song, and I don't care about the the Fuego and Replay similarities, but I love the song, and I didn't like Replay, but I like this song, so I don't think they are so similar. But I'm looking forward to seeing the show and see if she has improved since the semi-final.
I have to say, I'm looking forward to seeing if she's altered the staging. I'm hearing lots of things about altered staging, which I'm looking forward to it, because my most common comment, which is unusual given the fact it was in a TV studio, was that the staging looked a bit like a TV studio. But we move on. Now, also joining us, swapping San Remo for in hot Italy for something a bit cooler in Scandinavia. It's Ian. Good evening, Ian.
Good evening. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. And your thoughts on Raylee?
It's going to be a good opener. Lots of energy in that, but I really don't like the song. It's not really the kind of thing I particularly like, but it's just quite generic. It's stuff we've heard before. It's Fuego. It's not for me. But it will open the show with a good bouncing track. So,
this is true. Now, a song that is going to follow Raylee and is actually going to change their staging as well is Deirdre and Emil. They're representing Without of Air, and let's take a look at the clip from the final and see what people think.
What if our love is running out of air tonight? If silence is the warning sound, and what if our heart can't
drown it out? Sorry, I just had to kind of finish off that word there. Now, obviously, these guys, they didn't have to beat anyone, did they, to get through to the grand final on Saturday night, being one of the automatic qualifiers. Deirdre, obviously, having already gained the final ticket by winning MGP in 2010 with My Heart Is Yours. Do you know what? I'm going to go straight to Joe, because I know Joe has been a keen supporter of this. Are we going to see Deirdre and Emil? Is Deirdre going to come on? We've got Anna Bergendahl, 10 years on in Sweden. Are we going to see maybe Deirdre 10 years on for Norway?
You just mentioned the magic word to Gustav. Yeah.
Look at that smile.
He's great, isn't it? Yeah, seriously, I would absolutely love this if this went through. In my top three, definitely. And either one of those top three for me, as you'll find out later on, I don't mind who wins. I think I know they're changing the staging, because that's what they said on their Facebook, that everything's going to change, blah blah blah. And a really good clip, if you wanted to find a clip in the week, they actually went into a supermarket, down into like the car park and the underground car park in the garage, and actually sang the song, and everyone came out and cheered them. It was quite nice. They did sort of, just with the guitar. Absolutely love them. Love it, and I would not be unhappy if this went through.
That's amazing. Now, Ian, do you have the same view?
Very similar. Yeah, it's a good song. I'm not 100% sure it's a winner for this one, but I think it's going to do very well in this in Melodi Grand Prix, and I think it'd do pretty well at Eurovision itself. No, it's a good, well put together song. We like it.
Cool. Now, let's go to Nicholas. Out of Air, what do you reckon the staging might actually look like?
Of course, you had to give me the hard question, didn't
Of
you?
course I did.
As if it isn't enough sitting here pressing all the buttons. Oh, I don't know. But I do hope they improve it, because I was one of those who said, like, on our show, they need to do something about this, because I don't think necessarily this staging was working. And, you know, we always can have that conversation about, oh, you can't have kids at Eurovision, so why would you do a staging in your national final that you couldn't do at Eurovision? It just seems like too much work for me. Like, why would you... Anyways... This song is nice. It's a cute song, and I do hope that it goes through, because I think it is one of the better. That being said, I cannot imagine this like in the golden duel. I can't imagine this being a contender, but it's cute. I'm glad it's there, and I'm excited to see how far it can go.
And Morten, what do you think the best result would be for Out of Air on Saturday night?
I actually don't know, because like one day I can wake up and think, oh, this is a great song, love it. But then as the day goes on, I'm like, this isn't that good at all. But then I can go to bed again and like, oh, this is a great song. So it varies all the time for me. And I guess that the staging has a big part of it, because the staging is like the worst that we've seen in Melodi Grand Prix so far. So if they nail the staging, at last, I think it will do better than we think. But if they like keep the pictures of themselves and stuff like that, I think it's a no-go for the golden final.
And just bringing in one of the comments, because David's commented on YouTube. Out of Air, first off, they had have the dead spot in the order, and the song looks really bland. I don't see a top 5 finish for this one. Gustav, do you reckon second is a dead spot in the order when you've only got 10 songs?
It is. You have to have a song that really stands out to be remembered. But for me, it stands out. I really like this song, and I guess I am a mom now, according to Elliot.
Yes.
We all know I prefer the dads, but yeah.
It's because your mum to 2 lovely puppies, that's why.
True. I really like the song. It's a really good song, and thank God that they are changing the staging, because that is awful.
Well,
Definitely.
I have to say, I quite like the song. Although Martin Palmer, no longer in the top 4 for me. I have to say, because I've been listening to some of these songs on repeat over the past few days, and I'm a bit scared for them, because I'd love to see them get through, but at the same time, I have the voice inside my head that's like, actually wake up, because you know, if you support a song, it's going to fail anyway. So I'm just like, as it has done. Please look at previous shows for evidence of this. Now, one song we didn't support, but we did, but still got through and was really good, is song 3 in the running order. It's Magnus Bokn. It's Over the Sea. It's co-written by Alexander Rybak and Joust. Oh my goodness, such a pedigree. It's a real earworm. Let's see what you guys think.
Might be better, and it might be wrong. Will we ever figure out where we belong? Might be.
Oh, straight away, let's go to Gustav. Over the Sea. Is number 3 going to be lucky for Magnus?
I mean, I sure hope so, because this is one of my favorites. It's just such a fun, happy song, and yeah, it's just everything I want in a song when I want to be happy and like dance around and be happy.
And Morten, could this be the comeback that Alexander Rybak was kind of looking for a few years ago, but more like just on the other side of the coin as a songwriter?
Well, at least this is a better song than That's How You Write a Song. So that's a positive to take out of it. When I heard the studio version when it came out, I was like, okay, it's a decent song, nothing special to me. But then I saw it live, and I was like, wow, this is actually great. He did a great job live. both vocally and with the stage performance. So if he keeps it at the same level and has the same stage show, I think it will be great, and it's definitely up there for me as one of the best songs this year.
Yeah. And Ian, it's been commented that it's quite the earworm. Do you find yourself kind of singing this one in the shower, kind of thing?
It definitely is an earworm. I like this one as soon as we heard it. It's really good. It's a little bit kind of cod Irish, bit fiddly diddly dee in places, but it is. I think this one will do really well. I really do like this one.
It is. Now, there has been some comments. I'm trying to think. There we go. Martin Palmer. Will NRK show the film Titanic beforehand? In reference to the staging, if anyone hasn't actually seen the 1998 film Titanic, there is an Irish dance scene set somewhere, like, was it below deck on the ship? I only watched it once. I found it boring. I'm sorry. I find the song really lovely, but the film, no. Joe.
I echo the thoughts on that one, love.
I forgot the question I was going to ask you. I'll be perfectly honest.
Oh,
Well,
just ramble. No, I love the song. Absolutely love it. It's there's 3 songs that I love. That's one of my other ones. If would not be surprised if this wins, and I would certainly not be unhappy if it did. It's one I'll take forward with me and sing and sing and sing and sing the whole night through afterwards, and have a part at the after party, obviously. So brilliant.
And Nicholas, are you happy to see this win?
I mean, I'm happy to see that we managed to get around our kiss of death so we could have this in the final. This is definitely one of my favorites. I mean, of course, it's not gonna beat Ulrikke, nothing will, but this is so much fun. I've loved it, and it's definitely I think it's up there as one of the national final songs this year that I've listened to the most so far, just because it is just so nice, and it's nice to put on whenever you're doing some work or something to get you in a better mood. So it's nice, and I would like to see this in the Golden Duel, definitely.
And I have to say, it's been played at work when I've been busy trying to actually do some work at full volume and block people out. It's like going to a happy place, although not to a sinking ship, I hasten to add. Now, Titanic reference. Just looking at what people are saying in the chat room, Annie Jarrett's going to be singing with Joe. David says this is one of my favourites to win MGP. Doomy Vision, Sean and Ian. It's still not how you write a song though, which is interesting. And Elliot saying that I'm winning the Laurel Barker scoreboard convincingly.
And that's another one for the list.
That's another one for the list. Top them up. Now, from one that actually had to qualify for the final, Song 4 takes us straight to an automatic qualifier. This is a Kubi and Som Du Air. Let's take a look and see what people think. Now, Morten, this is the only Norwegian language song that actually made it through to the contest. So what is your take on this? And do you think it's a bit sad that we didn't actually have any more songs in Norwegian get through to the final?
Yeah, I actually think so, but I think the quality of the Norwegian songs weren't that high as they have been in previous years. So I think it's okay that the English songs went through and not the Norwegian ones. But I would love to see like 1 or 2 other Norwegian songs to be performed in the final, but it is how it is. But the song was actually the first song I gave a 10 out of 10 when it came out on Spotify so far in Melodi Grand Prix. In the semifinal 3, I think, and it is still as good. When I saw it live, I was a bit disappointed by her voice because it didn't seem like she had full control and didn't hit all the notes. But the song is still a bop, and I listen to it every day on my way to school and home from school. So I love this song. I don't think it will go to the golden final because I don't think a lot of people like the song. I'm a bit weird on that front, but I would love to see it, and I will still listen to it, even though if it wins or not.
Is it? And I'm not asking for you for what may now be your top, but is it still 10 out of 10 for you?
I think it's a 9 out of 10 now because of the live performance. But if I'll judge it on the Spotify performance, I'll give it a 10 out of 10 still.
Okay.
Really, really good.
Stuart is with you, apparently. So he says in the chat room. And a very good evening to Stuart as well. Ian, Akuvi, do you reckon this is going to suffer by coming straight after Magnus?
I think it probably will. It's again similar to the first song. I really don't like this one. It doesn't do anything for me. Actually, the notes I wrote against these two ones, the first one I wrote in was just shite. There's nothing. I just don't like either of the songs. And yeah, I think it will suffer being straight after that one.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if there's anything we love here, and it's brutal honesty. Also going in for a brutally honest opinion. Let's go to Nicholas.
Brutally honest, you say.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if I have that strong of an opinion on it. I think when this song first came out, I was definitely one of those hyping it up because we hadn't really seen, we were still in that okay, what else do we have to offer? This isn't one of my favorites anymore. I've played it, I've listened to it, but I think just the more I listen to it, the more I just feel like it's another kind of because I've looked a bit into the lyrics, listened a little bit to the lyrics as good as my understanding of Norwegian is, that is. And I just feel like it's a bit too the lyrics aren't really that interesting. It feels like, just your stereotypical teenage kind of song. And yeah, I don't know. And I think I was very disappointed with how it was presented live. I was kind of hoping for more. I think the staging was maybe a bit too simple, and like it's already been mentioned, her vocals weren't really there. So I'm afraid that because of that, it'll get lost. It doesn't really do it for me anymore, I think is what I'll say.
And Gustav, do you reckon the vocals are going to be a problem for her on Saturday night?
I think so, because they were really not good the first time she sang. And the performance wasn't that good either. I mean, Renaida still wants her clothes back. The only thing I like about this song is that it's in Norwegian, because I love the Norwegian language. And that's it. That's it.
Oh. And just Joe, wrap this up for us.
Yeah, I agree with literally everything everyone said. She didn't sing very well when she showcased it. It's very generic. I think some of the comments that have been coming up is it's really generic, and it is for me. Again, it's a nice song. It's a nice, I would call it a filler, I suppose, for want of a better word. And it's a shame because she's lovely, I'm sure. And it's a little bop. It's that was nice. What's next? Which is a shame.
And what's next, indeed. I have to say, I think Kuvi's got a very tough job on her hands, because on one hand, we've got Magnus Bokn with Over the Sea, and on the other hand, at the other side of the corner, you've got Kristin with Pray For Me, a very catchy earworm, a kind of almost like a Western style. I almost think of the Wild Wild West kind of idea, cowboy thing with that, just kind of the whole kind of rhythm of the song going on. Now, she managed to beat, not that I'm bitter, Ziguba with Charles. And I have been campaigning for justice for these guys for ages. Someone's campaigning for justice for Jaeger, but we don't. Yeah, that's Nicholas and Gustav. Yeah. Me and Joe have been campaigning for justice for Ziguba, in the hope that there might be an 11th track wild card come through, and Charles would actually make it in there. This is not happening. However, Pray For Me takes one of the middle spots. Let's take a listen and remind ourselves.
My mama's been warning me, it's the best kind of insanity. Somebody pray for me.
It's so cool. I just love it. It's a cool track. Ian, what are you thinking?
Again, this is quite a nice one. It's very radio friendly, very much an earworm. Yeah, it's nice. It's yeah, I think it'll do pretty well. Again, it's a nice, fun, bouncy track. I think it's nice. But I don't think it's exceptional, but it's a very well put together song.
It is. Now, I have to say, my money would be on potentially, maybe, possibly, a surprise win for Kristin in Trondheim on Saturday night. Morten, just to move things across, have I put the kiss of death on this, or am I just living in Cloud Cuckoo land anyway?
I actually think you have put the kiss on death on this because, fun fact, she is my favorite singer in Norway before she participated in Melodi Grand Prix. So I had a lot of expectations for this song. It is a great song, and I said that to Akuvi that she didn't perform that good vocally live, but Kristin performs better live vocally than she does in the studio version, and I think that is quite fantastic, and she's just ruling that stage when she performs, and I really like the song. I like the staging. I hope she doesn't change that too much, at least, and I think this could be dangerous in the final. I do.
Yeah, it's words of comfort that you give me, Morten, and then Martin Palmer in the chat room is bringing me down to earth by reminding us that it's 250 to 1 at all good bookmakers, people. Now, unfortunately, I have been guilty of putting the kiss of death on many songs, so I wouldn't recommend putting £10 on it. But if you do, and it does win, then maybe the kiss of death curse maybe ultimately be broken. But, he does also say it is so cool and listenable. Is that how you describe it, Gustav?
Yes, definitely. It's such a good song. I didn't like it from the start, but then I saw that performance and I was blown away. She did everything right. She took a good song and made it so much better with that performance. It's just perfect.
Yeah. And Joe, would you be happy? Would you, is this what song you'd be happy to be cheering on for in Trondheim?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, she, again, not one of my 3 favourites, but certainly up there. So definitely top 5 for me. It's catchy. I started work the other day and I can feel it. I myself humming it in my head as I'm working, and it's great. And as Gustav was on the money there when he just said about how she performed it in that semi. She really did own that stage. She was absolutely fabulous, and she deserved to go through. Really, you have to admit.
She did deserve to go through. I'm not entirely sure I agree with Elliot's. Sorry, Tom, it was the best song from that semi comment.
No.
Currently in the chat room. But then, let's be honest, guys, we could have a show on is Elliot's music taste always wrong?
Yes.
It is.
Oh, that chat room's going to be a buzz very soon. Nicholas, wrap up the chat for us on Kristin.
Yeah, I think a lot of what has been said is very true. I think when I first listened to this, I wasn't a big fan of it, and I felt like, oh, this is one of the weaker ones, and I think on my scoreboard I ranked it quite low. But then listening to all these songs back to back, having to do the clips that we're seeing on the show tonight, I realized that there is definitely a lot to like in the song. It's a very easy listenable kind of song. It's nothing original. It's nothing we haven't seen before, that's for sure, but it's nice. And yeah, no, I think it's a little bit too anonymous to go that far. Could it be in the top 4? Definitely, but I don't think it'll go all the way, no.
Okay. Now, one song that has been tipped to potentially go all the way is Rein Alexander. Follows up next with One Last Time. Now, he beat the very theatrical Kim and Maria with their song Fool for Love in the duel to actually get the ticket to the final. He dresses up as a Viking. There's lots of fire. Stuart always loves a bit of fire. Let's remind ourselves of the performance.
One last time we give it all. We chain our heart. We unbreakable.
You know what, Gustav? We're going to go straight to you. We have to go straight to you. Straight to you. You have your head in the hand.
I don't like this song. I would almost go as far as saying I hate this song. I don't like the performance. I don't like anything about this. It's just a no for me. And for the one time, Elliot is right.
Well, you know what? I won't tell him if you weren't. So, you know.
I think he has heard me say it, though, sadly.
Oh, damn. Foiled again. Oh, come on, panel. Ian, this has got to have a chance, surely.
I think it definitely has a chance. He's got a great voice. I thought the physical performance was pretty wooden. It didn't exactly do enough. It didn't do very much. Just kind of stood there and waved his arms around a lot. But it is. I think it will do pretty well. I don't know if it's a winner, but it's possibly one of the dark horse ones. It could jump up to the top. Yeah. It's a bit too Rasmussen Mark II, though.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to just bring you in on Mia Lund has put in the chat. To me, it's just a higher ground rip-off, nothing special. You got any thoughts on that? Or are you
I think there's a risk of it just looking like, oh, that seemed to go quite well for them. We'll try that as well.
Oh, could be. Although I have to say, it sounds nothing like the Game of Thrones theme tune, which I have to say, I thought Denmark kind of reworked quite well to actually do that.
Look how happy Niklas is.
Yeah, well, I'm going to Nicholas next because that was the hint.
Of course you are. Yeah, so what do I have to say about this song that isn't just me repeating everything I've ever said on the show for quite a bit now? Why he gotta be so angry? Why? Because here's the thing, right? In between these songs where it's just like, it's nice songs, we have this like nice family show, and then all of a sudden this Viking is just screaming in my face. Why he gotta do that? I don't like these kinds of songs. I don't see the appeal for them. That being said, I think there was a time where I was like, okay, this has a great chance of winning MGP. I feel like at this point, the hype has kind of dimmed down for the song. That could just be me, but I haven't really seen anyone talking about this. I feel like it's definitely more been like Ulrikke versus Raylee lately. So it is interesting to see how well it'll do, because it is the kind of like music that a lot of Eurovision fans, except for me and Gustav, tend to gravitate towards. So it'll be interesting to see how it does, especially with the whole like online voting. Of course, everyone can get involved with this voting. It could do well. It could also just be a complete flop. But yeah, I do hope that, you know, the first time he performs it will be the one last time I will have to hear that song.
And for you, Joe, is it going to be one last time for you?
I blooming hope so. Do you know? Oh, do you know what's going to happen? He's going to win, isn't it? He's going to win.
Oh no, I've got an even better, worse scenario for that one. Don't worry.
Oh, let's pretend he's going to win, and we'll put the kiss of death on him, or our usual curse, and say that. So yeah, Rein's going to win. Let's do that. I think. Do you know what? Again, you know, he'll perform out of his skin. Everyone loves him. He'll be really popular. I loved Rasmussen, I have you know. So, but you know, I don't want this one to win. I just don't, unfortunately. So, please no. Please no, Norway.
Morten, I'm going to get you to wrap this up. I'm going to give you David's comment in the chat room to ponder with your comments. It's quite cutting, to be fair, but I'm going to put it on anyway. Where is it? There it is. The hype for this song is dead. Discuss.
Well, I actually disagree about that, because Rein Alexander is probably the second most hyped person on Eurovision Norway page. So by the Norwegian people, he is loved, and I don't understand that by a single mile. Like, when I first rated a song for Eurovision Norway, I gave him a 2 out of 10, and that is the lowest I've given any song in the Melodi Grand Prix so far. So like, I can't stand this song. The only thing that's good about him is his staging. I thought that was all right, and his voice is of course very, very good. So he like got a little bit better live, but I haven't listened to the song on Spotify once since it came out. So no, it's I think it will go like to the top 4, maybe top 2 even. But I like, oh God, no, please don't.
I have to say he isn't in my top 4. I'm not actually entirely sure he's in my top 5, maybe even top 6.
No.
In actual fact, I'm just actually looking now to see this is how I spend my. Oh, it crashed. Oh well, never mind. Well, I'll let people know where I put it in my rankings later. Do you know what? Should we just move on? There we go. I think the general summation is we wouldn't be surprised to see Rein Alexander win, but at the same time, we think that there would be other more deserving songs maybe to win, and one of them could be Tone Damley or Tona Damley. Go on, Morten. Correct me on my pronunciation again.
You did well. Tone Damley.
Tona Damley. Oh, there we go. I was. Oh,
yeah, that was great.
Sound like a native soon. It's not gonna.
That's how you know we've done these shows for too long. Is when Tim starts speaking Norwegian.
Looking forward to that.
It's fine. I was more. Do you know what? I'm more pleased by the fact I know how to actually say Charladoo and not have to actually think about it the whole time. Which is quite good. Anyway, yes, Tona Damley hurts sometimes. The song was unveiled last week. It was performed for the first time in the semi-final on Saturday night. Let's remind ourselves of the performance. Now, I think it's fair to say this, I think, was one of the more anticipated songs amongst us. So let's go straight to Joe. Has the song lived up to the hype?
I'm not. I guess a little bit. I'm slightly disappointed because I think she's. I absolutely love. Was it called Butterflies or other old song?
Yeah.
Love that song. Yeah, absolutely loved it. A few years ago though, definitely. But yeah, I love her tone of her voice. I love the way she sings. Slightly disappointed in the song, but I still love it. And it's grown on me. I mean, last week I was saying, no, not that keen. And I've been playing it a lot. And yeah, I definitely like it a lot more now.
And Ian, is this a song that you'll be putting on repeat?
I'm not sure about putting on repeat. I've not listened to this one as much as the others, but it's a pretty good song. It's again, it's very radio friendly. This one's it's got a very broad appeal, I think. She does seem to have nicked Achille Lauro's beard for her costume from Elizabeth's first costume from Sanremo. But no, this one, I think this could do it. I think it's a broad appeal. It's very radio friendly. So yeah, I think that will rank pretty high.
Okay, and Gustav, Martin says, it's a nice song, good singer, nothing special, but will just be lost.
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I love this song. I love this song so much, and I guess no one is surprised at all.
Nope.
Knowing my music taste. I love Tone Damley so much. I have loved her since she was in Melodi Festivalen a couple of years ago. And she has one of my all-time favorite songs since before. So I had so high expectations, and for me, she lived up to it. It's exactly what I wanted from her, and it's just great.
Okay, and Morten?
I'm not quite sure if I like the song or not. I wish she could perform a little earlier in the semifinals so that I could adapt more to the song, because I haven't really adapted it to it yet, and I would like to have a little more time listening to it. because I'm not quite sure if I like it or not. I have it at 6th place, around somewhere there right now. I can't say that it's not in my top 4 and never will be, I think. But it's a nice song, you know. I'm sure it will be played in Norwegian radio a couple of times forward. The stage performance wasn't quite as good as I hoped it would be. It was like kind of bland and boring. But I'm excited to see the final, and at least she has a good spot in the running order.
And Nicholas, just to wrap this one up for us.
Yes, I think this is definitely the one that NRK has been heavily pushing as the winner, like having her perform in the last semi-final, doing this like big staging for her. It is a nice song. I feel like this is one of those where it's like they threw the kitchen sink at it, but the problem is that the kitchen sink broke along the way, and the result isn't really what they dreamed of. It's a nice song. It's really nice. I've listened to it a lot, but the staging really didn't work for me. It's one of those stagings where it's like it's so big and there's so much, like it feels like so much is going on that you have no time at all to connect with the singer, and the singer has no time to connect with the audience. So I hope that they looked at that. I hope that they looked at the staging in the semifinal and went, okay, so no one in the arena or the TV studio that was connected with this, so let's change it. Because it is nice. I could see it doing well. I love listening to it, but live, it really fell flat for me, unfortunately.
Yes, and the one thing I pointed out, if you did watch our review show on Saturday, if you're going to have a big reveal of people kind of waving the lights in the air, make sure the whole audience are doing it and you don't have massive clusters that you can visibly see just looking disinterested, talking amongst themselves, which if you do watch it back on NRK, then you can actually see, and it's something they're going to have to sort out for Saturday night. Right, guys, we have 3 songs left. It's going all the way back to semi-final 1, to our first automatic qualifier. It's Sondre. It's Take My Time. Let's remind ourselves of the performance.
I just wanna take my time with you. Love the way you do the things you do. You're the master.
Right. Okay, panel, I need to ask you a very honest question here. Is it just me that has kind of forgotten about this? Because if there was one song I'd kind of forgotten about. Is it, am I alone in this?
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No. I only watched this semi-final, this one today, and I've already forgotten that song. So.
Oh wow!
I just think they could have just bent the rules slightly and maybe given Ziguba like an automatic finalist spot, maybe in semi-final 1. Morton's already got his head in his hands. Let's get some serious opinions. Let's just go straight to Morton. Let's get the take on Sondre.
Well, I wouldn't want Ziguba in the final, but I wouldn't want Sondre either. So, okay. No, this song is like, it's okay. Like, there's nothing special in the song that makes me go wow. And that's always a big miss when people are doing songs like this. That rhymed, okay. No, the song. No,
you're a poet and you didn't even know it.
Hey,
a born poet. No, like I already forgot the song like 1 week after he performed it, and it has been like I haven't listened to it. I have been listening to it like 1-2 times, but not more than that. And I don't see. I just see this being flooded by the next song in the running order. So I don't think there will be a big opportunity for this to go to the gold final. I think it will just be drowned by the other songs. And as I said to Tone, it has a great spot in the running order, and that may help him like 1 or 2 steps.
And Nicholas, I mean, when I saw the performance, I have to admit, I was reminded of "Dance You Off," Sweden's song from a few years ago. It was almost like a poor man's version, though. What's your take on Sondre's song?
It's how you do a Melodi Festival and staging on an NRK budget. No, no shade for Norway, by the way. No, don't worry. Yeah, it is funny, isn't it? Because like, you know, we watched this being performed in the first semifinal where we didn't know anything about how MGP this year was going to be like. And I remember saying, this is nice, it's contemporary, it's a lot different than the other 4 songs we've heard, so this could do very well. Then we had 4 other semifinals and everything just kind of changed for this song. I think it's still a nice song, but I feel like this song it's kind of the same situation as Pray For Me is in, is that it's a very like inoffensive, you know, song that's just, it's there, it's nice, it's easy listenable, but I think Pray For Me just works better live, where this is more the kind of song that you would listen to in the studio version, I think, and for that reason, I don't really see this going too far, if I'm honest.
And Ian, I saw you nod in agreement there.
Yeah, I think it's very slickly done, similar to Robin Bengtsson Can't Go On. It's very polished, it's very slick, but it's and very radio friendly again. But it's not a great song. It's very forgettable. I don't think it will rank particularly well in Melodi Grand Prix, and it would bomb at Eurovision, I think.
And crikey, just going across to Joe there. You know, let's be realistic about Sondre's hopes here. Where would you realistically place him on Saturday night?
He is my bottom. Unfortunately, he is my bottom. I don't want him to be, because he's a really good singer and he's, you know, he comes across it. As you say, he's polished. It is very Benji and Grosso, and that sort of thing. But it is just totally forgettable. Totally the same as so many other songs we've heard before. Yawn. Unfortunately, I think it. You know, how many people will think, I need the loo about that time? You know, and it's a shame. It's a real shame, because I wouldn't. You know, I'd want to listen to him and I want to take pictures and things like that. But you know, I think a lot of people at home will be thinking, might go and just put the towel on.
It is nice of NRK though to like put a toilet break just before the best song in the final. That's nice.
Exactly.
Oh, Nicholas, you're stealing my link.
Get the cup of tea ready. Yeah.
Oh, and we still need Gustav to wrap up this discussion anyway.
Well, I can do that pretty easily and say that it's just kind of boring, and both Dance Here Off and I Can't Go On was the worst songs we have ever sent from Sweden, so I think that can wrap it up.
I think that's very short, sharp and sweet. Martin Palmer in the chat room, take my time will show off attention for the masterpiece that it is. Now, lunchtime viewers to escfantv, if you tuned in at 2 o'clock Central European Time, 1 o'clock GMT, you would have seen Elliot and Nicholas have a quick chat with Ulrikke Branstorp today. It's on YouTube. Go take a listen to it. It's a fantastic little interview. I think it's about 15 minutes long, I think. Yeah. Is it? So 15 minutes, and you can go and have a chat with her. She's got an automatic final placing. The song's called Attention. Do you know what? Run BT. Let's remind us.
It's okay. Stop being mean of you. What do you want me to say?
Oh, I personal opinion, totally biased. If you want to do a final performance, if you want to prove why something should be in the grand final, that is how you do it. The panel, I can see, clearly moved. Do you know what? I was originally going to go to Morten first, but since Nicholas had the joy of speaking to Ulrikke earlier, Nicholas, let's go to you first.
Yes, had a lovely day trying not to fangirl too much. I had to be there for the interview, of course I did. I remember how much I absolutely gave the song all the praise I could possibly give it when it was released in the semifinal. Yeah, this is the one Norway needs to send. There's no doubt about it. This is a song that it needs to be on that big stage in Rotterdam. I cannot imagine a world where it isn't. She is so absolutely lovely. Having gotten the chance to talk to her and do this interview, it was so much fun. She seems like such a fun and likable person. She loves the Eurovision community. She really loves like taking part in this. She wants to, interact with all the fans. She has a fantastic song. It's written by some fantastic people who really knows what they're doing, and I really hope this can go far. I'm doing that whole long praising part again, aren't I?
You are, but you know what? I think it shows it off quite well, and it's actually nice to actually have some comments in the chat room as well. That are also complimenting the interview as well. So whilst you're giving the praise, the praise is also coming back from the chat room as well. Ian, Ulrikke, attention.
What a fantastic singer! There's a wonderful delicacy in her voice at the start, and then which just transfers into this huge power belt towards the end. I think she's the best singer of the whole competition. She really is good. I think this one probably will win it and do very well at Eurovision. Yeah, that is just a fantastic performance. Her singing is just fantastic.
And I have to say, with this one, this is a song actually where I hope they don't alter the staging, because I think for the staging for it.
But they will. So, sorry to break it to you, but she did mention
curtain,
in the interview
a little bit,
that
at least.
big pyrotechnic curtain coming down.
Yeah.
But she will have a beautiful gold dress. She mentioned, so we're excited to see that.
Nice.
I think it's a slight risk she might overcook it at the end. If she tries too hard, she might just overdo it with the end of the song. But I don't think she will. I think she'll nail it.
And Gustav, let's just come to you on this one. Similar views?
Yeah, I have nothing new to say because this is just outstanding. It's everything I wanted. It's perfect.
Yeah, and I think Joe's nodding in agreement there as well.
Absolutely, I love it. Love her. Love Mr. Morland, who co-wrote the song. Was it winner veggie dinner, as I always say. And Dabby Dozy. I seriously, if she wins, this could be the winner in Rotterdam. That's it. End of. We could all be going to Oslo or one of the others next year.
Or Trondheim.
Well, yeah, I think it'd be more like Oslo, I would say. But Morten will know that. Yeah.
Morten, I can only assume, given your kind of bowing like that at the start, that this is your top song as well.
Well, I haven't talked about this song on this panel yet, and I have been looking forward to this 2 weeks now, because this is literally a banging of a song. It reminds me of Conchita Wurst 2014. Absolutely a lovely song. The first time I listened to it, I got arcade feelings. Lovely song. There's nothing I can take from this song that is bad. Everything is good. Her voice is outstanding. Her staging, I think it was really, really good. Her energy and the way she cares about every single fan is very, very nice. If we don't send this song, and I'm gonna look into the camera now and speak to my fellow Norwegians, if we don't send this song, I'm gonna move to another country, and that is I will find everyone who hasn't voted for Ulrikke and no, I'm not gonna do that, but please vote for Ulrikke, please, for all of Norway and for all of Europe, please, and we might have a chance to win in Rotterdam 2020. Thank you.
Oh, wow. What can I add? Apart from the fact that, I come from the UK now. I know in Norway you are most likely to have the common sense of voting for, the top quality song. Okay, and do you know what? Ulrikke is, one of my favourite songs to go forward. I think it would be fantastic. However, I come from a country where if we had a national final with the next song in, unfortunately, the great British public, in their somewhat bemusing state, would probably instead opt for Lisa Basieva with I Am Gay, who got the final ticket to Rotterdam, to Trondheim, sorry.
Oh boy.
So it's nearly a UK slip there. Who got the final ticket to Trondheim on Saturday night, beating Ellen and the Woods, alas, where the choice was so put by Martin Palmer between Yoik and Pop won. Not only just Pop, it was bubblegum Pop, and unfortunately, guys, having reminded you of the other 9 songs, it's time to remind you of the 10th one as well. Do you know what? And I'm actually comforted by the fact that Martin Palmer has actually written "So Bloomin' True, Tom," which I think sums up the United Kingdom's public's choice when it comes to Eurovision. Right, come on then. Let's get it out the way. Lisa Basieva, I Am Gay. Is this going to have any chance of making the... I'll tell you what, let's go for the top 4. Is she going to make the top 4 with this bubblegum pop ditty? Let's go straight to Joe.
She better not. No. Do you know what? I hope not, but she may do, and that'll be really sad because there are 4 much better songs. Again, I think she may have been my 9th choice or something, or maybe the other way around. So yeah, I hope not. Put it that way. I haven't got much to say about it, if I'm honest.
And I'm going to go straight across to Ian.
Oh God, this is fucking awful. This is terrible. I really hope this does not go anywhere. It is bad.
I'm going to have to refer people back to this. I've had another comment through on the chat. I'm just going to put it up for you from Elliot. The accuracy of Tom's opening statement and the British public is so spot on. It's scary about this song.
Yeah.
Let's hope there aren't many British Euro fans voting in the Norwegian online vote. I like that.
Let's face it, it's not the Euro fans that usually put them through, is it? It's the general public, the non-Euro fans that do it. That's the problem with the UK, isn't it?
This is very true. Martin Palmer thinks it could sneak into the top 4. There speaks a true Brit. Do you know what? Let's try and actually wrap this up in some kind of fashion. I'm going to do quick fire. Nicholas, let's get your view.
I'm going to be the only one being nice to the song, possibly. You know what? I think it's cute. I think it's fun. When this won on Saturday, I was like, you know what? I can kind of see it. Because I can see why this is loved by people. I was harsh to it in the beginning, but I can't help but bob along to this song. And I'm gonna have to agree with Martin. It could really go into the top 4 because it is so likable, so easy, and so fun. Why doesn't more people love this? I don't know.
And Gustav?
Well, this song is problematic in so many ways, and I'm not going to go into that. So I'm going to agree with the comment that said no, yes, no. That's it.
No, yes, no. Mia's put on the chat, just no, nothing more to say. Morton looks like he's praying for some kind of divine intervention on this. Morton, what do you think this has any chance on Saturday, or do you think we write it off at our own danger?
I think it's scary that we go from like Ulrikke, and then the next song is like Lisa. It's like, where are you?
Where did it go?
Like, I cannot imagine like sitting there in Trondheim Spectrum like Ulrikke, yeah, let's go, and then Lisa comes on like, is this still MGP? Like,
No, it's MGP Junior.
yeah, exactly.
Dear.
Oh boy, no, literally, like this can't go into the top 4. And I know my fellow Norwegians out there that we won't be sending this to Rotterdam. And I like, if there's one song I'm 100% sure isn't going to be in the top 4, it is this one. And if I'm proven wrong, then
This is going to be
yeah.
the most shown clip on escfantv.
Yeah.
that's true.
I think that sums it up.
Oh
well.
boy.
Do you know what? I have to say, I have listened to this song a few times since Saturday. It is bubblegum pop. I worry about it, and I worry about it mainly because I don't want Norway to send it. But I know it is also very bubblegum pop. And you know, I refer back to my comment about the British public. I never voted for Crybaby in 2003, and I just want to keep that on the record for those people that sent it. But it is an annoying worm, as Martin said.
And Stuart, no, I would not. I would not.
Right, guys, we need to actually wrap this one up. So, we know the running order. We've kind of covered the running order as we're going through. So, do you know what? I am going to ask you all for your top 2 songs. You can go for a preferred winner if you want. I like to hedge my bets personally. But a top 2 for Saturday night. And also, do you know what? I'm going to ask... I always find it's the cruelest question to ask, but it's always the most interesting. Your contender for the Wooden Spoon Last Place Award as well.
Ooh.
There should be dramatic interlude music at that point. I've even got the shadow going on. Right. Who shall we go with first? We've got to go to Morten first. Straight over to Norway. Let's cut to the chase.
Well, you already know who I have at the top 2. It's of course Ulrikke Branstorp and Lisa Vasilieva. I'm just joking. It's my top 2. I have to go with Ulrikke at number 1, like everyone expected that. And the second place, I think we'll have to go with Raylee. Yeah, and the Wooden Spoon. I think we just covered the artist, Lisa Vasilieva. I'm sorry, but has to go to you.
Okay. Let's go to Ian.
Top 2, I think it'd have to be Ulrikke and Magnus, with Ulrikke winning. Last place, hope it's Lisa. But I don't think Sondre will do particularly well overall. But I think Lisa will be last.
Okay.
Not because Sondre's song is bad, though. It's just bland.
Joe.
Okay, Ulrikke for the win. And it will either be Magnus or Didrik and Emil, I think, who will get through. It'll probably be Magnus. He'll be second. And my wooden spoon is Sondre.
Gustav.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with my personal opinions here. So it's Ulrikke and Tone Damli for the top. And Rein for the last place, because he deserves that.
And Nicholas.
Yes. I mean, do I even need to mention who I want to win?
Well,
Isn't
we're
it
going to
obvious?
assume it's Ulrikke.
Yes, of
Second
course.
place.
Well, my second place is Magnus. I think it's a cute song, and if Ulrikke gets the kiss of death from us, you know, let's have Over the Sea win then. If we are so unlucky that the kiss of death is in full effect, at least maybe we can have that. I don't know. And my wooden spoon, I think it does go to Sondre, just because like all of these other songs, I feel like I can point to something and say that's what works with this song, and even if I don't like it, there's not much I can say about the song, unfortunately. So
now, obviously, we need to take a look at the chat room. Let's have a look. What have we got here? I'm looking. So, Choice DK, Rein for the win, Raylee second. Amit, absolutely Raylee. Martin Palmer, Sondre Bottom, not bad, just forgettable. Magnus Ulrikke for the win. That's from Karin's. What have we got? David, Ulrike first, then Magnus, then Raylee. Mia Lund just wants Charlotte to make a comeback and win it all, which I... do you know what, Mia? I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think there would be a couple of us supporting that.
And I would just like to say that if anyone is out there looking for a new girlfriend, mine is for sale. So, because no, not that one, not again.
She obviously didn't get the memo beforehand, Nicholas.
She's our friend. Hello.
David says last place, Liza. Elliot thinks Tona Damley could finish last as it's just so meh and forgettable. Sorry,
and there we go with his taste again.
It's another edition of Is Elliot Just Wrong?
Stuart thinks Ulrike to win with Akivi or Magnus second and third. Jade Funky Coffin, Ulrike or Raylee. And from Mia, oh, shut up, Nicholas. I think that's... Now, I know you're all waiting for what I have to say. Well, I have to say, I have Ulrike as one of my top two. The other top two spot I'm giving to Kristin. Because I quite like it, and I think she's a dark horse, and I feel it unfair to kind of give the kiss of death to exactly the same songs as everyone else. And the last place, it's a tough choice. I'm very tempted to go with Martin's suggestion of Sondre. However, I also think that maybe potentially Akuvi could get lost, and just by virtue of just being, if Kristin pulls off the performance that I think she will, and Magnus pulls off his performance, I think Akuvi could find herself somewhere heading towards the bottom as well. But hey, what do I know? Because I've been wrong about most of it for the last 6 weeks anyway. Now, that is Norway preview show wrapped up and done. Can you believe it?
Aww.
I do feel slightly sad because, it's been great fun having everyone on the panel. I know, Ian, you joined us today, but certainly Morten, Joe and Nicholas, we've been reviewing these songs every week for the past 6 weeks. It's like the end of a journey, but the journey continues. What do I mean? I mean, we can review Norway's final on Saturday night. Admittedly, Morten and Joe they might make a guest appearance, but they're going to be otherwise engaged. Some event going on in Trøndheim, not quite sure what. Then, of course, don't forget, we're going to be back on Sunday night as well, as we start taking a trek through Melodi Festivalen semi-final 3.
Woohoo!
Wow, what a weekend. It's going to be another super weekend. And if that wasn't enough, we will have escfantv Bite Size Monday, 8 o'clock GMT. That's 9 p.m. Central European time, when we just get a chance to take stock of, oh my goodness, everything else that's happening on throughout the whole of the Eurovision world over the next few days. There are songs to be announced. There are national finals taking place. Wow, there's lots. And if you're thinking to yourself, that's not enough, ESC Fan TV, I need more, and you've been loving the chat room stuff, don't forget that every weekend we ask you, yes, you, those people sat there at home watching, to send in their own 30-second reaction videos to what's going on and join our sound off selection. And you can watch some of them on YouTube as well and find out what they're all about. We have different people every week. Send them in. It's great to hear from you. Right. All that leaves me to do is thank my wonderful, fantastic panel. Thanks to Ian. Thanks to Nicholas.
Thank you. What a great day it's been. Before we go, I just want to quickly give a shout out to Morten. Thank you for hooking me and Elliot up with the contact to Ulrikke so I could praise her even more. Thank you for that.
Big thanks to Gustav.
Thank you, guys, and I will see you on Sunday.
Big thanks to Joe, and safe travelling as well.
Oh, thank you, my friend. I think there's a storm coming again, isn't there? I think so. Yay! I'm looking forward to flying in that one.
Oh no, you should be out of the way by then. I think the storm's not coming till Saturday.
It's coming back though, isn't it?
Oh well, never mind.
I'll be stuck in Norway.
And also, a massive thank you to Morten from Eurovision Norway.
Thank you. It's been a big pleasure these lots of weeks, and I'm gonna miss it. I will.
And you know what? We look forward to seeing you on more ESC fan TV shows as well. And let's not forget, for those of you that feel that ESC fan TV just doesn't have quite enough stuff, go over to Eurovision Norway, because there's some fantastic stuff over there as well. Give them a like and subscribe. They love the love as well. Right, guys, we will see you at the weekend as we have another Eurovision Super Saturday. Until then, it's bye from us and bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.